because your boys are here raising the flag and raising it quite high. Silo and Sethu, the founders behind SUHU, are my guests. SUHU, the clothing brand, something that hit me this week. I was like, what? Tato says, Uncle T, do you know SUHU? I was like, what's that? It's like this brand, these brothers who are doing things. COVID actually motivated them to do something. I think we need to bring them in. And here you are. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having
us. One of you all is familiar. I see him every week.
Yes.
All right. And I will reveal that as the day goes by. And I'm sitting here with twins. But let me give you a background so that you understand who these two are. Remember Mio and Queenie? They used to do this very show. Yes. When they see them, you say?
Uncle and aunt.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
The Kondlekas, hey. Still raising the flag. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
Now, you are twins. Tell me about the tricks you used to play.
Go first. When we're old, I don't really remember much tricks being played. But when we go back home at Olofieni, which is where we were born and raised, it's a village, they'll tell us stories about, they'd feed one. And then the one that got fed will come back for round 2, but then the second one will not get food.
Never. Who was that?
It was him. It was
Oh,
I think he's remembering wrong.
If you'd ask our mother now, she would tell you that Usetu was the bully growing up. And he was. I would lie. He was.
Coming for revenge since then.
He was. I would not lie.
Yeah. And then Sethu, now what do you recall?
So I wouldn't say a trick that, just say for example, he played on me or anything. I just remember one where
That you played on others?
On others, huh? I guess the trick we played on our family, but it wasn't more an identity type thing.
Yeah.
They were going somewhere, where they were going, I think it was East London for something.
Yeah.
And then obviously we wanted to go, but they didn't allow us because we were young.
Yeah.
We had chores to do. And then I think being mischievous as kids, we managed to sneak into the booth. And then just before they left our village, I don't know what it was, maybe we started laughing at the back. They stopped, and we were hoping that they would continue to go with us, but they actually went all the way back to bring us back.
Because they could hear.
But we're hoping they'd take us with. It's like, okay, let's go. You really want to go, but now they took us back.
No, outside family girls.
But people ask this all the time. It follows us everywhere we go. Like, did you play girls? Do you guys play girls? Unfortunately, we're not those kind of twins. We don't have those stories to tell.
Is it?
People can laugh. No.
Such good-looking men.
Thank you. But no, I think...
Come on. At high school?
Even in high school.
In high school. I think it was about whoever I was with, and same with me. I think that's how we were,
Because you guys are identical, man.
But you could already
if one has, like I said, I see you every Friday.
Yes.
I see Sethu every Friday, and now seeing Silo, now I can tell who's who.
And that's what we tell people. Give yourself 5 minutes with us, and then you'll know. Okay. 5 minutes is too much, even.
We have a blind spot, guys. A blind spot is a case we help to solve.
Okay.
I always say it's always nice because in the heat of the moment, you can say things, right?
Okay.
And because you are pressed to also offer your opinion and, support your case, which can lead to a much more permanent, damaging situation as opposed to if you had a little bit of, views from people who are not so involved.
Okay.
And then you can go in there more with a sober argument, so to speak. So the blind spot today.
The blind spot on the best heat in the city.
She says, for the past 2 or so years, my 15 and a 10-year-old have been begging us for a dog. Last week, my husband finally surrendered and got a dog for our son's birthday. I'm not happy about this, and I feel as though my husband betrayed me or disregarded me because we have always been on the same page about the dog issue. Now I'm wondering, could it be that my husband has always secretly been wanting a dog? Because the happiness on this man's face when he interacts with this dog, you know what I mean? It's too much.
It's as if it's his own dog.
Exactly. So she says, I must say, I'm secretly happy for him and the boys. But what if him disregarding me in this decision, it's a sign of things to come.
Okay.
How do I raise this issue? Because I'm going to use the dog as an example. How do I raise this issue without spoiling the fun for him? What would you say?
Okay, you can.
So for me, looking at it from my angle, it's I think as people who've been together, you can sort of like tell what decision you can make and what you can't make in terms of like saying, if you're with someone and they know you've been talking about the dog and you can get away with it in a way, and you feel like, this is a decision I can sort of like be happy to make, then I know my wife or my spouse will support it in the end. I think there's certain decisions you just can't make until everybody's on board. A dog, I think you can always get away with a dog, especially
a dog. I think it's extended responsibility.
The kids also want the dog, so it's just she's also happy. Like he's saying, you know your wife. You know, it's like, okay, this I can get away with, maybe. And some things you just know there's no way I can get away with. So that you just have to have a conversation.
So are you saying there are certain decisions that are not necessarily, they don't necessarily need to be democratic?
Ooh, that's tricky. That's tricky because it's just this one, because there's kids, there's other factors involved. You want to make the kids happy, but some things you just have to have that conversation, no matter how small. So I think, okay, now this is said and done. You can't go back. She doesn't want to ruin the moment, but I think she can just go pull him aside and like, yo, I'm happy that you're happy with the dogs. The kids are happy, but I feel like you're making me the villain now. You know, I feel like you can come to me and we can talk about these things. If you feel, don't be on my side when we're together. It's like, no, we're not getting this dog. And then you go to the kids and you say, let's get this kid, let's get this dog. So now you're making the mother look, because a lot of times they say the fathers are the fun parent. You know, and
when
now,
it comes to boys,
now he's made the wife look even.
And and I'm glad you brought this through Wenasilo, that she's the girl amongst boys.
She's alone.
She's alone in this, and that's what I'm feeling. And that's what I think. That's what I'm getting it. I'm like, shame, man.
And she has to always call law and order because boys
will be boys. I think she's kind of feeling like, you know what my suggestion is?
What would
make a baby, ask him to close his eyes. Maybe a daughter will come. Amen.
That's like, a 50.
You know what I mean?
That's a 50.
From 3
that could be a perfect one.
It would be. If there's a girl, then it helps. But if it's another boy, then it's then you're just alone.
But this also brings me to your relationship now. And now that you're in business, you know, it's one thing to be brothers, but now you're in business and you are creating SUHU clothing. So obviously you're not always there. Somebody must then finally, because of pressure, because of timelines, make a decision.
Many times, yes.
Right? And sometimes you have to do it without the other.
Yeah, you have to take that.
Have you guys ever disagreed on something and purely because, hey, dude, I was pressured, I needed to make a decision?
Many times. Because I'm the one who's handling it most of the time. So if I can't reach him, I'm there. It's like, okay, I'm not going to like waste time. I have to decide on something. And the best thing is he'll know that he couldn't really give me any input in that moment. And a decision has to be made. So he'll understand. But in terms of the creative process, as much as we're twins, one thing about twins is we're not the same person.
True.
We are not. We have different ideas, especially about the brand, where you have Usetu, where I can say, in terms of things like denims and stuff like that, he'll have the eye for it. He'll have the mind for it. And for me, I'm someone who just likes, clothing where it's just simple, it's just nice. Tracksuits, for example. The Traveler's set. I will say I'm the one who brought that up to him. And he's the one who's going to come on. It's like, let's do cardigans. So cardigans are slightly more, not as simple.
Yes.
You can wear it out. It's dress up, like he says. So he's going to be the dress up guy, and I'm more the guy, okay, we look
the
at
casual
something
side.
just throw on.
Oh, yeah.
Go out. We do have clashes because there's something will come up with. I'm like, no, I don't think this will work for us. And then we'll literally for almost over a month be like,
is it?
Not even a month. Sometimes it can even take a year. Like, for example, I think of the cardigans where it wasn't just, let's get it done. I think 6 months plus went by before we agreed on it. There's also one of our best items right now, which
is sold out. out.
Yeah, like
Go to the website right now. The cardigans are sold out.
Yeah, and like we've got a few in store as well. So check the store as well to see what we've got left.
Yeah.
But like in terms of one of our best selling items this past summer was a farmer's set, like a Coach button-up type set.
Sure.
One of my favorite pieces. I've always brought it up to him, dog. We need to do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Like, I'm not sure. Guys, not sure.
Now I'll put my hands up. I own a farmer's Coach set myself.
Yeah.
And I wear that all the time.
Yeah.
So there's going to be differences. I think it is important.
Isn't that the dynamic of a relationship anyway?
It's the best thing. It's the best thing because if I say, let's do this now, we'll just do that. But now because there's him, it's like, okay, if we do this, what's the angle? What are we trying to do? We're not just making something. What do you think this will add to the business? So it's always great to have like these conflicts between
Are you aware that's the dynamic in relationships though?
Yeah, I think no, it is. Yeah, I'm aware.
I think we're twins. Like we grew up together like since forever.
Yeah.
So we could clash today. And 4 hours later, it's like it never happened.
Let's do this.
You know, we can fight. Like even our mother knows. Like sometimes we'll have right in front of her, and now she's by herself and she's like thinking about this thing, and then we just walk out laughing about whatever football,
back to normal,
else, and we forgot it.
Got him past. Like it's one of those things. It's like we can argue about it or not, and not see eye to eye, but it's like hours later or the next day now. You see it differently. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Maybe not now, but let's try it out.
Let's make a sample.
But I'm actually thinking
I feel for her.
Our mother.
Guys, I'm with SUHU Clothing, the founders, Sethu and Silo, and we're talking about, obviously, now the dynamics between them, and we'll get into how they got into the business. Did COVID really do that? All of that. So, Fast Car, clearly dedicated to mom. There's no way that's your song.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No.
She played it a lot.
Fast.
And
a lot
it
of music.
And you hated it.
Yeah.
A lot of music growing
love
up.
that song. I love that song so much because of her. Like she played it all the time, and then it became like that thing where we like the song so much.
There's a lot of songs she'd play where in the morning she's cleaning, we're doing whatever, but she'd play those songs. And now that we're older, it's like we're playing these songs ourselves.
True.
Fast Car, Ringo, yo.
Which Ringo?
Album, Ringo Matingus.
Yeah. But I was saying that which song comes to
Yakotola, there's that album.
That's right.
She would play that thing so much, and it grew on us. And now we're playing that ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Fast Car by Tracy Chapman.
Yeah.
As much as it's one of my favorites now.
Sure.
She introduced us to that type of music, old school R&B, and it was her.
Alex Kidd?
Oh yes. So with that song, right? So it's like when I think about it, growing up, I didn't even know the name. It's just one of those songs that would play back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I think a few years later, I hear it. Now, obviously, you have the device to Shazam or Apple and get the name of the song. And it's like, I know this song. Let me get it back on my phone. And one thing about it, when I heard it the first time in a while when I was grown, it took me back to that time. I can't necessarily remember, but I know it wasn't like this.
Yes.
I think even for a working class back then,
Yeah.
that song it gave a different feeling.
That's
Life
right.
was just different.
Yeah.
And now when you play that song, it just takes me back.
Yeah.
Because we're the generation of, like we're doing things, piano is helping us through it.
Sure.
But that song is just, I don't know, call it nostalgia or whatever it may be. It's just, it feels different.
And this is that's why we used to call it expensive. The expensive is, some people say, is because only a few DJs had access to this music because it was only on vinyl. But the narrative that is never really shared most is the fact that expensive music kind of makes you feel rich. That's why expensive.
Yeah.
And what Alex Kidd will love we have, you feel like, damn it, man.
Yeah.
I'm in Monaco right now.
It's a classic.
Hello, I'm Silo.
How's it? I'm Sethu.
The founders of SUHU Original.
You are listening to our Top 10 at 10.
Top 10 at 10.
On the street, on the air.
Kaya 959.
All right, this is SUHU, and we get to know who they are, but COVID made it happen. Tell me why.
Okay, so where to start? We were in lockdown for almost a month. I think it was more than a month, actually, We were in, lockdown for more than a month.
Here or back home?
Oh, here in Joburg. We're here in Joburg, yes. So one thing is, instead of now having your normal routine, we were always asleep during the day and up at night, watching series, waiting for confirmation that, okay, we can go back to work and all those things. But I think it's like one of those things where we're thinking, okay, we need to, do something. You know, we've been in, I guess, clothing for some time.
Oh, you've been in retail?
Retail for so long.
Where did it all start?
Right after high school. Just went into retail. Like, it's just been so long, like plus 7 years now.
Is it?
So we learned so much working for different brands and understanding the most important thing about running a clothing brand, but not just any business, the most important thing, and that is the customer. So when we started out, the first thing is the product. We need to make it nice. The moment someone sees a visual on Instagram, they need to be like, hey, I could wear this.
You need to buy it.
That's how it was
so,
for the first 3 months. And then when people now start sending WhatsApps, this is where now you start interacting with the customer. And the most important thing is giving the best service so they can come back. So they can keep coming back. They can tell someone, the next person, yo, I bought this at SUHU Original. The service was so good. Try them out. So that's what we learned in retail. Yes, the clothing, but customer service. It goes such a long way.
When you say you worked in retail, give me like an example of where you worked.
So many stores, so many stores. Can I name the stores?
Yeah, you can.
Superga, Nike. I worked even Shesha.
Because that gives you.
Because I've worked in different spaces, like Kingsley Heath, for example. So many different spaces with different clientele. So now
exactly.
You're getting all these different experiences, all these different people coming and telling you.
I'm emphasizing that because that's where your UP comes from, right? That unique selling proposition, because you can see something. Like, okay. So then I know when I make this product, these are the little nuances that will set me apart from everybody else.
And like me thinking about it, right? So I'd say one of the retails I'd say I started at is more like Adidas. And so I was actually meant to go into the running stores, which I was very much interested in, you know, sports, soccer, the boots and everything. But somehow managed to go to the original sides where it's more the casual stuff. And then that's where the Yeezy boom was starting now. So now I'm working there, and then you'd see, say on a weekend, like a Saturday, the stores opens at 9, but at 8, there's a line outside for this silhouette, you know, and it wasn't even more than just shoes. Sometimes it'd be a Yeezy pant. You see people waiting outside for this, and then you sort of like think, what is it about this particular item? Obviously, you know, the person behind it himself, but you also look at the design, at the uniqueness of it. You know, it's like those little things play such a huge role into, like, say, some of the product that we do now. Like, you want smallest of details goes a long way. Sometimes taking out something from that, I guess, design can also help. And then I'd say that was more dealing with like a huge amount of clients at a time. You know, someone will just buy into a product. And then after that, I went into a brand where it was still new into the country. It was a denim brand, Denham, where it was new in the country, starts from zero, pretty much. I mean, it existed in a pop-up, a multi-brand, but this time it was literally them
as a mono store,
having their product. And then sometimes you'll find only 2 clients walk into a day, and either you gotta sell something to one person, or that day goes by with nothing. So it went back into like the contents of this product is so important. The percentage of cotton, the design, the inspiration, you know, those things. Like, these are things that for me,
what are you gonna use to sell
this? You know, and sometimes now people, you find that works. You find that someone likes an item, but the fact that you tell them that this is more than just that. You used this type of material, or the inspiration, or this is where it started. Goes a long way.
I always say people don't buy the product, they buy the story behind
pretty
it.
much.
And I'd like to add that because of all these experiences and understanding that people don't just buy the material or the product, they like the story behind it. Like, our first products was the Traveler's set. So we could have easily just done sweatpants and a hoodie and say, wear this.
That's right.
But the Traveler's set, remember, it's lockdown. So people can't even fly out and go anywhere. So we're like, okay, once COVID, then people can start traveling.
That's smart.
You're going to need, because you need to be comfortable on a flight. You're going to need tracksuits. But we don't just want to give you a hoodie.
Yeah.
We want to give you this top, same material as the pants. It's comfortable, but button up. So it's more, it's like you're dressing up.
Yeah.
But you can just throw a t-shirt underneath. It's like, I'm comfortable. Oh, he's wearing a tracksuit. But this is a different kind of tracksuit.
It's like a statement. You're going to stand out. You know?
So that's where the travelers came from, and that's how it's COVID. You can't really go anywhere. People are like, we can't travel. But when it's time to travel, here you go.
Here you go.
Where the travelers sit.
And again, even though you can't go anywhere, wearing a traveler's suit kind of says, hey, there's still a world out there.
There's still a world out there.
And you realize
I see that.
people's love for clothing never stopped. It's as if after COVID, they're like, okay, I want something new. I want something unique. And then I think just in this country alone, I think the boom for clothing or even just local stuff is just
which is amazing to see how it took off.
I'm happy. If there's one thing I'm happy about that COVID helped to wake us up to is the fact that if we don't buy local, if we don't spend our money in our own country by buying our own products, we are in trouble.
Yeah,
we are in trouble.
Because that money doesn't rotate with it.
It does not.
It leaves the country, right? So there's nothing like when you buy into a store and you know how many families are feeding off of that just one purchase and where that money is going. And for me, I think that's the biggest objective of why we need to do what and support what you guys what you guys are doing. Now, let's go to the fact that you needed to sacrifice not finishing matric.
Oh, no, we finished.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, we finished that. We didn't have a choice.
I was about to call your mom and say,
our ticket.
how did you let this happen?
No, it was, we had to, it was our ticket leaving the Eastern Cape. We have to finish that to come to the city. We can't, So we had to.
Has this business taken over to a point where you're like, you had to put off some of the things maybe you always planned to do in your life? And you're like, okay, this business is now like, at the center of everything we do.
I don't think I ever had to put anything aside. Like this business is my life now. So it is. That's just. But there was a time I don't know if it's cool if we can name drop.
Yeah.
The travelers said. So Oscar Mbo. I was watching one of
Come on!
I was watching.
Mote from senor.
I was watching.
Out here great, out here neat.
I was watching on YouTube just yesterday your interview with Oscar.
Yeah, cool.
I was watching it yesterday.
Yeah.
So Oscar, he's not on Twitter anymore. But he was on Twitter this one time. Yeah. So I'm just logging in on a normal day, and I see Oscar's tweeted, "Hey, if you have a business and you'd like me to promo for you, just send me a text, tell me what you're selling, and I might share it on my profile." Wow. And also, he took the time to grow his profile, to grow his brand, his following. And he was doing this for free. So me, I slide in the DMs on that day. I sent him some pictures of what we have, and it takes the travelers in green. So it's like, okay, we give him like a bit of time. Then I know a couple of days later, I posted it on his socials. I opened Instagram. 100 plus people are following.
It took off.
That's when it took off. WhatsApp.
Come on.
WhatsApp. People are like, yo. And they're sending us the screenshot of Oscar wearing the things. Like, yo, can I get this? In the size.
I want this.
Yeah. So I'm forever grateful for him doing that for us. Because marketing is so important. And it's expensive.
It is.
And sometimes all it takes is one guy. And it's crazy because it wasn't like reaching out. He sort of like opened the door saying, if you got something, let me rock it. Throw it my way and I might rock it. And then from there, we always go back. Like when we tell our story about the brand, I think Oscar is always there in the beginning of what actually it did for us. Yeah, it did for us.
Ow. So is that why you chose Yeezy?
Him.
Why not you chose Kanye West?
Oh, yes.
Is it you again? Never. Wait.
For the song.
What did you choose?
Fast Card, Tracy Chapman.
Oh, you chose. Oh, you chose. Oh, okay. Okay.
Easy is it. He can explain why he chose him.
Yeah. So again, Kanye West, the hype, but beyond that, he's got so many great songs. But this one, I wonder. It's an amazing song. The lyrics to it, it's relaxed.
And I couldn't find it though.
You couldn't find it.
I found Good Life though. I don't know if you enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, 100%. But it's just like another song that I've been playing it for a while and it doesn't get old. To me, I like songs that way that I can play it next year and it doesn't feel old. It still feels just the same, if not even better. So yeah, that one.
Is he your possibility? You know what I mean? Sometimes we need a benchmark to know how far we can go. Because for me, him making clothes was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, let's do it. And then boom, $1 billion business.
Yeah. You see, with Kanye, I think when you look at him as an all-rounder, like he's an artist, producer, and then he can make clothing. He does all these things. So him is just expressing all his interests or everything that he's about, and he's succeeding in all of those things.
Yeah.
It kind of shows you can't just accept being,
just one.
Because most people aren't just that, you have a job, but some people are good at other things.
That's right.
Maybe a little bit hesitant, but they've got something that they're interested in.
Right.
So I think with Kanye, perfect example for that, And I think for us as well, we're into clothing now. High school, we've got a background of music. We love music.
Is
it?
it?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
But
Also,
cool.
soccer.
Soccer as well.
Because we were working retail, let me just quickly, we were working retail, but we wanted to pursue soccer. Now we're about age 24.
Yeah.
Like, okay, time's running out.
Let's
try.
There's a timeline there.
Throw the dice. Let's try the soccer thing. So we saved some money, me, Setu, and our cousin, and then went off to Asia, which was Hong Kong and Thailand, to go pursue a professional contract.
You went that far?
We went that far for 2 months.
Our mothers were...
This boy, come on now.
Our mothers were like, yo, you what are you guys doing? When people travel, we didn't have the funds, but when people travel, they get in touch with agencies. When you travel, you land, there's someone picking you up, they take you to your thing. We got to the airport in Hong Kong. It's like, okay, what do we do now?
Where to?
Everything is written in like their language. It's like, okay, we don't understand. So we walked out of the airport, stopped a taxi. We knew we wanted to go Chungking Mansions. We did our research before we went.
That's where rent was cheap. Rent was slightly cheaper there because it was like everyone would stay there.
So we tell the taxi driver, look, Chungking Mansions, and they took us there.
It was like almost like an hour, 2 hours drive.
2 hours
from the airport
drive.
to there.
So we got to see a whole lot of Hong Kong just traveling their way.
Yeah.
And then day one, we relax, we settle, and then we were walking for about 2 hours to football fields. We'd go straight up to the coach and say, hey, we come from South Africa, we can play some football.
Trial us
out. And we probably saw about 3 teams that allowed us to trial. And the last one in Hong Kong, the coach really, really liked us. Like, I'm not just saying the coach liked us, but now there's like one professional league and then semi-pro.
Yeah.
But semi-pro doesn't have a worker's permit where they can sign us and we can stay on a worker's permit. So now it's like, okay, time's up here. Month is done, let's go to Thailand because we already booked for that as well.
Yeah.
Catch a flight, we go to Thailand. So there we're just moving around. Same thing we did in Hong Kong. We just book a taxi there, take us to.
And the tough thing is, so one tough thing is like, so yes, at the where we stayed, they had Wi-Fi. So that's when during the night, that's when we did our research. Because when we left, again, it's written in their language, and so we don't have internet. We didn't buy no SIM cards. So we literally just said I guess like I said, hey, we're going here, and then they'd read, and then they'd take us there, and then we'd go figure it out.
Walk with like the directions on Google Maps.
Screenshots. Literally screenshot the directions, and then we just walk. It's like, okay.
That was one of my most peaceful times of my life.
Is it?
Like we literally left everything behind for 2 months. It was just us 3. We knew no one.
Who's the third?
Our cousin.
Oh, cousin.
LT.
You know, I'm sitting here as a father, ne? My stomach.
In Asia,
where are my boys? What the hell are they doing? Are they okay?
Well, WhatsApp helped. We'd always keep in touch.
But it meant the first line of contact came from us because they couldn't reach us when we're out and about. There's no
there's no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi on the streets. Only when we get back after 8 hours of walking pretty much. We walked because we don't have the funds to book everywhere. So we'd walk for hours. We'd take a pit stop where we buy some noodles. The noodles are good, by the way.
Yeah,
They're very good. And then we'd continue, go to the coach. Yo, coach, give us.
What is the lesson there, though?
So one that I always go back to is like, if you can ever try to to go outside the country. You realize the problems that we face because you're a citizen. You have to go through it. There, everything leaves your mind. Whatever they're going through there as well, you don't know it. You're just walking around, checking out spots. So it's like almost like not a vacation for us, but it was almost like a vacation.
Yeah.
Nothing mattered.
And it shows a different space and world, man.
It does.
Meet so many different people. So that's why I say it was so peaceful. I literally left everything.
I enjoyed.
I had debit orders. I was like, you know what? I'll see you in 2 months.
Yeah.
I'll see you in 2 months. And I was there. I just really enjoyed myself. It was just us three. We could even walk around at like 5 a.m. in the morning.
That's the one
through
thing.
The festivals
That's
in
the best
Thailand.
thing.
It was just a beautiful time. Definitely want to go back.
2 a.m. is the same as 2 p.m. there. Life is booming. Nobody's robbing.
Guys, don't be a parent. It is the SUHU brothers. You better make sure that you join them. The store is online at SUHU. Am I right?
SUHU Originals.
SUHU Original.co.za. And you just open up a shop?
Yes, it's our 3rd month now. 27 boxes, Melville.
They're not far from Soweto. There by Book Capital. Make sure that you join them there. And if you have kids across the road, there's Bambanani, the restaurant. You can go join it there. It's a beautiful family restaurant while you have scrumptious breakfast, by the way. Your kids can play their hearts out. So that's Melville for you. It's a place, all right? Guys, I can say, safely say that it's amazing how in unfortunate situations like COVID, great ideas mushroom. And here today we have SUHU. And guys, it's there. Just make sure that it grows. That's all I'm saying. And we'll support it. We love what you do. The style. Oof. When I tweeted earlier on that you guys are coming, and there's a lady who said, guys who dress like this. So you're on point. So congratulations. Do more. So what would be the biggest? What would you say we've arrived?
You've arrived. The first thing now, because the space that we're at, it's great for when you're starting out.
Yes.
But we'd want to have a shop in a mall.
All right.
And then I think the next thing there will be working hard to try to see if we can open a space abroad. Because with our brand, as much as it's a South African brand, we want to take it out to the world.
International,
as well.
man, it's
I
global.
do believe we have
global players.
the capability to
Because
have
we
a brand
sometimes
that can
get
compete.
inquiries from outside as well, like Australia and the US sometimes. So those kind of things show that, okay, there is a market outside for that, but obviously we need to build home. That's where you start.
Your style is classic, it's global.
Thank you.
It doesn't say I'm stuck to a certain time or area, zone of the world. No, anywhere you can wear it. So that's the beauty about it all. So like I said, congratulations and keep doing it, man.
Thank you very much.
There you guys. SUHUoriginal.co.za. Get them, buy them, support them, wear them.